Okay, in this video, we are going to break down the single leg RDL, or single leg Romanian deadlift, right? RDL, Romanian deadlift. You've probably seen this term thrown around. Now you know in case you didn't, and if you did already know, you're welcome. So single leg RDL, the focus is again another hinge pattern, single leg movement. The difference between this and our kickstand deadlift is that we're not going from a dead stop every time. We're just going, basically the RDL is a partial movement to below the knees and right back up. So hands getting just below your knees and right back up. This is a way that you can really focus and add more volume to the glutes and hamstrings in a single leg setting. It doesn't really make sense to do normal RDLs if you're doing swings, with kettlebells, simply because the swing is a better version of the fucking RDL. It's a similar range of motion, but you're getting more ballistic with it. So why not do the thing that gets more out of the exercise, right? However, can't really do a single leg swing. I don't recommend it. It's kind of fucking stupid. Like in theory, sure, it would be great, but nah, application-wise, ain't gonna be there. So when it comes to the single leg RDL, we're just looking to get some extra single leg volume in with our glutes and hamstrings. Similar to the kickstand deadlift, this isn't something you're gonna do a lot of. You might only do a couple sets, maybe 3 sets maximum, and really like 5, maybe 8 reps if you're really feeling ambitious. But the thing is that we just want to get extra practice with our hinge, getting in, that single leg movement, checking the box there, kind of as an accessory or primer movement, not as a prime mover. Now, the way that we set up for that is there's 2 real loading options. You can go 1 kettlebell or 2 kettlebells. We're going to demo both of them. I generally stick with 1 kettlebell because, if you're going 2 kettlebells, you're getting to a point where it's so heavy, that's what's the point? You might as well do a single leg deadlift, and we'll go over that in a different video. But 1 kettlebell, really easy to set up. Similar to your kickstand deadlift, you're going to stand up and now pick 1 leg off the ground and simply reach that foot back and come back up. Really simple. Think I'm a little teapot. You're reaching back and back up. And from the side, what this will look like is trying to keep my shin vertical. I'm reaching back and back up. My leg is reaching back, and I'm thinking about pushing my foot straight back, not necessarily sticking down to the ground, but I don't want to be kicking my leg up. I'm just letting this leg move out of the way as I go into that hinge pattern. Again, very simple, not something you're gonna do for super heavy weights or tons of volume. You can also do, if you wanna really challenge yourself a little bit more in terms of the weight, is the 2 kettlebell version. Now, both bells are just gonna track on the outside of that working leg. The key is make sure, we still don't wanna turn open those hips. You'll notice when I do this face on fronting is I'm staying relatively on those railroad tracks, if you will. Again, the single leg variation allows for some of that cross core stability. This is gonna put a little bit more of a stress onto the glutes and the hamstrings when you're using 2 bells, but very similar, just like in that kickstand setup. Right in here, bells in front, nice and tight, reaching down and back up, down and back up. One cue that is super helpful is make sure that that leg that's kicking back, point those toes in if you can. And that helps close that hip up from opening up like so. So from the side again, and back up, reaching down and back up, down and back up. And that is our single leg RDL.